This is the overlay that you see on top of the map. This is a current aerial photograph of what we have now. Because we don't know what's beneath the surface here, and there's a very complex response required here, and we don't want to track heavy machinery across what we don't know.
The test excavation, which was led by Dr. Niamh McCullough in 2016-2017, confirmed the presence of infant human remains from the era of the Mother and Baby Institution. And then this led to the Institutional Burials Act in 2022 and my appointment in May 2023.
The practice of boarding out infants or illegal adoptions, have you any?
We will begin the excavation of the site next Monday, the 14th of July. In October, the team will grow once more, be joined by 6 more members, growing to a total of 18 members of the excavation team in 2025. These are the people who will first-hand change this story. They will add the depth and detail that we need to answer the questions that we've had for so long.
We will take DNA samples from people who have a reasonable belief that they have a relative buried in Tuam. So there has to be some basis of the link, and then we can discern that from looking at the records or talking to people.
So there was nothing there for about 10 years after the nuns left. I mean, it'll take a while for it to sink in that this is actually happening. And it's wonderful. It really is. It's overwhelming, really. After everything that the right things are being done. These are the list of deaths of children who died in the home, starting out in 1925. It goes right through to 1961 at the very back. There are 796 babies, children on this list here. All I could picture was real children, not just names. Real babies, real children, walking, crawling, sitting up, just going through their babyhood. And they didn't get a chance. So when I saw that, then I was wondering, I said, my God, where on earth would these be buried? Qualification whatsoever.
How do you say
I mean,
I
said, no, we want commemoration. And I was kicked out of the committee. As I was going on my own. They even went up to I believe from survivors, it's given them back dignity. And they're not afraid to speak in public anymore. They're not afraid to say, I was born at home. They're beginning to know that the shame isn't theirs, it wasn't their mother's. The shame is on the government and the society and the church and the way it was run.
They always try to cover it up, don't they? And, for a long thing.
You cannot bury anyone in a place other than a recognised graveyards. And now this is an organ of the state allowing this to happen on their own property, which they have the nuns in running for them, and never question, like, where are you putting the children? So it just goes to prove the total disregard that they had for the lives of these children, because when you were illegitimate, you were the sin of somebody's flesh, sin. And she refused. This is my brother, Desmond Dolan. He was John Desmond Dolan, 13 months. I cried for brothers I didn't know, because now I had siblings, but I never knew them. And that was the heartbreaking thing, being an only child. I quite enjoyed it as well, being an only child, but now I had 2 big brothers, like, what were they like, okay, we're quite advanced, but I mean, you've also the intergenerational thing. I have 2 children myself, so they would have an uncle. If he had children, possibly, these children then would be their cousins. So I mean, now we're extending a family out from being one person, so your tree has grown. So that's kind of what it was, and it was the loss of that I cried for.